items are served to the customer. The authority that cashier also has is different than an accountant who is in charge of making sure all books matches. So that is why we have like an authentication page. When you first open Venta POS, what you are faced with is the authentication screen. And when you authenticate, depending on the key you use, that is what the system uses to determine the authority you have. So if a cashier comes in here with a cashier key, the cashier won't have access to other models. But if someone comes in with an administrator key, like the business owner, he or she has access to every model. And that is why we have this key thing over here where you have to provide a key. And this key is unique to every user. And then when you provide a key, the system will validate your key. If it's valid, it will then give you the necessary authority you require to operate. And we also have a logout which closes the door when you are done operating to make sure that if you're supposed to be in the kitchen to cook and you're done cooking and you lock, no one can pass behind you just because the door is open and poison the food. So you are solely responsible for the cooked food not being contaminated. And that is one importance. Another importance is you might have more than one chefs in your house. You might have more than one driver in your house. The chefs cook at any time or they cook based on shift. The drivers drive at any car or they also drive based on cars assigned to them and shifts. Now, what you want to know is when a car is damaged, which driver was in that car? When a car is well kept and you want to reward, which driver deserves that reward? When food is poisoned, you want to know who did the cooking and serving. When food is well prepared also, you want to know. So that is what we call logging, like to log an event. Now, using your house as a practice again, it's very complex that anytime someone cooks, they write, I cook rice in the morning for breakfast. I cooked oats in the afternoon for lunch. Now, that is complex for the person doing the job. But you, the house owner, you will see the importance of this when an event occurs where you need to actually audit your logs for the day. And that is where logging becomes important to you as a business owner. So any user that logs in, it doesn't matter what they do, most activities they performed in the system are logged. So when they log out, the logs are kept. In event of audit, in event of tracing, to find out an adjustment was made. I'm just giving an example now using a practical retail environment. Assuming a business owner you come, you have a stock of 10,000 pieces of sardine. Then you notice that in a month time, the sardine is left with like half, which is like 5,000, and you've sold only 1,000. So you expected to have 9,000 in stock, but now you're having a stock of 5,000. You, the business owner, starts to panic, starts to ask questions. How did this vanish? And then you find out that an adjustment has been made to claim that those goods were damaged. Now that is fair. About, let me say, 3,000 to 4,000 sardines has been declared damaged. But by whom? Do you understand? Who damaged these items? So that is where the log comes in. So instead of going back and forth, so this is just one event. If you are operating like a big chain of stores or you are operating a place that is very busy, that this is just an opportunity to actually have an automated logging of events. And with our system, anything that happens, it gets logged. We have logs you, the user, can see. We also have logs that the system administrator, not the business administrator, but the person who manages Venta POS, can dig and show you more logs of events. We go as much as possible to link devices these logs were done on, and some sensitive devices take note of the coordinate